Hello everyone and welcome back to Digit.com, a platform where we make life simple for management students worldwide. In this video on the subject of service marketing, we are going to cover the topic on how to be sensitive to customers' reluctance to change. Customers always follow a set pattern in any service sector. This video takes a stab at how to be sensitive and empathetic toward customers when there is a service upgrade or new service to be launched. The video also highlights the example of how Starbucks has perfected the drive-thru model by factoring several customer touchpoints and feedback and making drive-thru the most dominant channel in the company. So let's start with how to be sensitive to customers' reluctance to change. Let's start with how to be sensitive to customers' reluctance to change. Customers' resistance to change in familiar environments and long-established behavior patterns can ruin attempts to improve productivity and even quality. Failure to examine proposed changes from the customer's perspective may increase resistance. Now let's look at steps to smoothen the path of change for customers. Now if you're a service organization, you need to follow these 6 steps. First, develop customer trust. It's more difficult to introduce productivity-related change when people are basically distrustful of the service provider. Customers' willingness to accept change may be closely related to the degree of goodwill they have towards the organization. Service companies need to ensure that their employees who serve the customers gain their trust. Next, understand customers' expectations. People often get into a routine in using service with certain steps being taken in specific sequence. In such scenarios, innovation that disrupt fixed routines are likely to face resistance unless consumers are carefully briefed as to what change to expect. It takes time for customers to trust any new innovation. Thus, the company needs to be empathetic towards them. For instance, the banking industry went a complete change from a brick-and-mortar model to a smartphone-oriented model where most of the banking today is done on a smartphone. So the older customers, especially over the age of 50s, find it difficult to move on to a situation where they have to do most of their banking on a smartphone, vis-a-vis compared to what they did for the rest of their life on a brick-and-mortar approach. Moving on to the third step. Pre-test any new procedures and equipment before you launch. To expose probable customers to new procedures and equipment, marketing researchers can conduct laboratory testing or field testing. Even the phasing of instruction needs careful thought. This ultimately entails conducting A and B tests prior to the change or launch of any new technology. At number 4, publicize the benefits of the new technology to the customer. Introduction of self-service equipment or procedure requires consumers to perform part of the task themselves. Although the additional work may be associated with benefits as extended service hours, time saving, etc., they must be promoted. Useful strategies may include use of mass media advertising and personal communication to inform people of the innovation. This will ultimately arouse their interest in it and clarify the specific benefit to customers of changing their behavior and using the new system. At number 5, teach customers. For customers to use innovation and promote trial, assign service personnel to demonstrate new equipment and answer questions, as done at the airports when the customers are asked to print their own boarding tickets. For web-based innovations, it's important to provide access to email, chat, or even telephone-based assistance. Promotion incentives and price discounts may also serve to stimulate initial trial. And finally, monitor the performance and seek improvements. Introducing quality and productivity improvements is an ongoing process. The competitive edge provided by productivity improvements may quickly disappear as other firms adopt similar or better procedures. Service managers must work hard to keep up the momentum so that programs achieve their full potential and are not allowed to fail. If customers are displeased by new procedures, they may revert to their previous behavior, so it's important to continue monitoring utilization over time. Finally, let's look at how does Starbucks smoothen the path of change for its customers. In this particular case study, we are looking at their customer-centric drive-thru model, which was perfected over a decade. Did you know, sales from drive-thru segment accounted for more than 50% of net sales in the second quarter during 2020 for Starbucks. Starbucks' drive-thru experience is finally focused on customer behavior and has generated millions for the coffee chain. Not many are aware, but there was a time that the senior executives of Starbucks were not convinced about the drive-thru model. They believed that the drive-thru model projected an image of fast food to customers. Therefore, in 2010, Starbucks conducted an audit of its drive-thrus. The audits revealed that a drive-thru consists of many different customer zones, or I may say touchpoints. The zones are approach, entry, pre-order, order, pay, and pickup and exit zone, with each being a unique customer touchpoint. Starbucks understood customer needs and behaviors in each zone and established specific targets for each zone. Thus, the order and verification zone includes a live two-way video feed with the team member taking your order, thus ensuring personalization as witnessed within the store. Then Starbucks identified the most important communication at a drive-thru, which is the menu board itself. Starbucks tested numerous menu board layouts to evaluate different strategies and tactics. Key tactics included use of larger visuals, smart placement of key items, and inserting popular in-cafe items to the drive-thru. And finally, cross-selling food and beverage items to increase per order value, thus establishing a 60-40% food to beverage ratio. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic on how to be sensitive to customers' reluctance to change. These are the list of sources and links referred to for the content in the video. Thank you.